Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello and welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I am your host, Coach Danny D, and I am here helping people find that happy space where they are living in joy and having a successful business. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, I actually saw this on my timeline on Facebook yesterday. Somebody was asking about why is it that um, business owners, entrepreneurs don't invest in operations. So, operations is basically how does your business operate, right? So, that's your systems, your processes, your automation. And so the question was, why don't people invest in those things? And there were various answers that were shared, and I'm going to share, what my thoughts are on that. And I just wanted to explore that a little bit. But the main reason I wanted to explore it was not necessarily just to share my view on it, but to also share what that looks like on the other side, right? So, as business owners, especially if we're entrepreneurs, especially if we, started off and didn't have a business background, right? If we just, kind of jumped in knowing that you were good at this thing and you are, kind of learning as you go to make this thing work. There's a lot of different schools of thought and a lot of different rhetoric out there about what it looks like to be a business owner. And a lot of that, tends to, lean towards how, stressful, how hard, um, how much grit and hard work and all of this is involved in being a business owner. And I do believe that being a business owner is stressful. It is. It's not, especially if you're coming from a 9 to 5 environment where I go work these 2 weeks and I get a paycheck. I go work these 2 weeks and I get a paycheck. That's a very simple thing to process. I work these 2 weeks, I get a paycheck. When you dip into the world of entrepreneurship or business, it doesn't work that way. You do have to work to then get paid, but it's not guaranteed in that way. So it's not I did this work in this amount of time and now I'm going to get paid. It doesn't pan out like that. Sometimes you might work the hardest this week and get paid the least, and you might work, you know, less another week and get paid more. You may have some weeks that you don't bring in a check at all. So in that respect, yes, there's stress. There's, definitely stress and hard work and everything that's involved in being a business owner. But where the line, I guess, in the sand is drawn for me is when we start to make it seem as though the struggle is a part of the process. So, yes, there are things that are going to be difficult. There are things that are going to be challenging. There are things that are challenging for people that have a 9 to 5. So, I want to be clear about that too. I'm not one of those people that feel like, oh, well, entrepreneurship is better than um, working for someone. It depends on what is ideal for you. What is the path that you are called to walk down? I am an entrepreneur. My husband has a career. So we handle things differently and it works for us. Like I enjoy being an entrepreneur. He enjoys having a career. I don't think he has any desire at all to be an entrepreneur. That's not his thing. So let's end that little argument, right? Um, but yeah, that comes with its own challenges. I'm not saying, and I also saw somebody argue about that this week about what was more, challenging and all of that. We don't have to like struggle or argue, and we don't have to struggle bond either. So I feel like as entrepreneurs, a lot of times we do struggle bond instead of realizing that you created this. You created your own lane, your own reality. Even if you are part of an industry and other people do what you do, you still have a large amount of creative control being a business owner. So if you're creating this, then why can't you make it something that works for you? Why can't you think outside of it has to be this way because someone else said that it had to be that way? Why can't you, in the same way that you have to come up with solutions and ideas every day, why can't you also apply that to how you work and what that looks like? And so that was a part of my response to the question. The reason why I think people don't invest in their processes and their systems and automation is because they don't understand or see that it can be real. They don't understand that things can be different, things can go easier, um, because they are constantly being bombarded with this idea of an entrepreneur always, you're always thinking about the business and you're always this and you're always that. And well, what if you could stop? What if you could be taking care of your business and also be taking care of you? What if you could have your business laid out in a way that it's not all in your brain? Because that's why you can't sleep at night, is because you have all these thoughts in your brain. All of your operations is happening up here. None of it is written down. None of it is has been really thoroughly looked at and streamlined. None of it has been automated to take some of the things that you're doing off of your plate. None of the day to day of what you do is being thought about in that way, or how you interact with your clients, or how you interact with your team. So you have all of that going on. And in a corporation, in a larger size corporation, internal operations, external operations, um, HR, how you deal with your like teams, that's all three different departments. You got that all going on in your head, and that's just the operations piece of your business. That's not including sales and marketing and accounting and all the other parts. So you have all of these things going on inside of your head. And as long as they're going on inside of your head, you will not get mental rest. That was the episode that aired 2 weeks ago. So go back and check that one out. We had guest Coach Cassie J on there talking about mental rest. But you will not achieve mental rest as long as you have all of that stuff running in your head. You have what other people have, whole manuals, whole um, computer systems dedicated to running in your head. And so it's the mental load that keeps you tired. A lot of times people say, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. And some of it is the physical work, you know, that's fair. I mean, physical work is, this time of year, especially for those of you that are a part of my balloon community, it's hot. Even outdoor events, oh my goodness, and indoor events, even if it's indoor, it's so hot outside. I mean, I'm in New Orleans, so keep that in mind. So it's hotter than probably where a lot of you are. My Texas and Southern folk are understanding where I'm coming from. But it's so hot that, even if you're doing indoor, just getting to indoors is its own thing. So in that respect, the physical part of it, yes, is definitely tiring. But honestly, it's the mental load that keeps you feeling tired and overwhelmed. I can vouch for myself the last I want to say about 3 weeks or so have been kind of, off of my normal rhythm and a lot of different things popping up, both personal and business that um, were not a part of my normal process, right? Good things and bad things. I'm not knocking the things, but sometimes no matter how well we plan or create schedules and plans, there's always going to be those moments of growing pains when something new has to get folded in, right? And so that's the space I'm in right now. And I've been tired. But again, now some of it is the physical work that I've been doing, but a lot of it is those things, having to continue to process those things in my brain until I get them settled in a way that I can get them out of here and in motion and I can stop thinking about them. So that's the beauty of having your processes, your systems, your automation, is that you can stop thinking about those things. And then that frees your mind for when new things come into play or other things that you may need to work on in your business, where you're working on the business and not just so much in the business all the time because you have those things on lock. They are on autopilot. That's what automation pretty much is. Those things are running smoothly so they can leave your brain. They can leave your brain and you can free up space. You can free up space to work, more effectively on your business so that you can even free up even more space, right? You can free up space to just not think about your business. Just go to bed and lay down and know that everything is moving and doing what it needs to do. Now, that's a process. You have to get your processes and systems in place, and then you have to see them working well before you start to relax that mind. But start that process so you can get to that relaxed mind because you are kind of torturing yourself when you have that business brain on all the time. And you're also, this is something people don't think about because they're like, well, no, 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 I gotta always be, you know, thinking about the business. I can't take my eye off the ball. This is something people don't think about a lot. When you are always thinking about the business, it's almost like you're never thinking about the business. And what I mean about that is you lose the ability to be creative about your business because there's too much going on in there. There's too much activity happening in there. And so, with all of that going on, it's very hard to pull yourself back and see bigger picture and think the thoughts and dream the dreams. And so that's important too. Your brain needs a rest too. It's just like your computer. You can run your computer, run your computer, run your computer. But after a while, you'll notice that The programs aren't running quite right. It's freezing up. All these things are happening, and you have to go do a reset. You have to do a hard restart, clear out the cache, all this other stuff, just so that your computer can run the way it's supposed to. Your brain ain't no different. Your brain is no different. Your brain needs rest as well. Your brain needs rest. Your brain needs to not have, 4,000 tabs open at all times. Your brain needs the ability to do that as well. And we need to put something in place so that we feel comfortable taking our eye off of this ball so we can focus on some other things. So that's one thing. The other thing is a lot of times we don't, and this is not just about systems, this is just in general. As business owners, we tend to focus on the things that we know can bring an immediate return, right? So we look at, well, if I do this, if I go vend at this event, if I do this, if I do that, then this will bring me my money right back, right? But we have to look at that more long term because most things are not going to be a one for one. You do this one thing, you get paid. You do this one thing, you get paid, right? There are so many other things in life and in your business that require investment. And so you have to invest just like you would, if you would invest in stocks, you invest, you leave your money there, and you watch it grow. Now, of course, you want to research what you're investing in, make sure that it's the right thing that you're investing in, but understand that you investing in those things is going to help you so much in the long run that, like if you feel like, oh my goodness, I can't do another thing. My one of my taglines is booked and busy, with a line through it, and what we want to be is paid and well rested. I don't want to be booked and busy. Booked and busy is typically not a good sustainable, a good a good sustainable model, a good way for growth in your business because you are so busy, air quotes for those that are not watching the video. You are so busy that you are not being efficient and you're not being productive. Busy and productive, excuse me, are not the same thing. I've done a previous podcast episode about the difference between busy and productive. So go check that out because I don't want to make this too long. But busy and productive are not the same thing. And sometimes we use busy to feel like we're doing something, like I'm so busy that I must be doing good because I'm like so busy, right? But sometimes that busyness is costing you. Sometimes that busyness is costing you the opportunity to be making more, to be doing bigger things because your calendar is so full up with all of these little things that you're missing big picture things. So I really want you to think about that this week. I want you to think about how is it that I can shift gears? How is it that I can get some of the stuff that's in my brain out of my brain and at the very least onto paper? Because that's the first step of any developing any process is writing it out. So how do I get there? How do I get to where I'm not just going by the seat of my pants? Or sometimes we have a process, we just ain't never wrote it down. We just it's in there. We haven't written it down. But as long as we don't write it down, it's still holding up brain space. So start there. That's my challenge for you this week is to start there. Start by looking at the different areas of your business and start writing it down. It could be rough, it could be on scratch paper. Everything huge that I've created has started on a piece of scratch paper. Start there. Keep it simple. Just get it out of your brain. So that's where I want you to start. At the very least, start there. If you are serious about creating systems and processes and automation in your business, if you are, you're ready to go, you're ready to hit that go button. I am doing a workshop. It's going to be starting on September 1st. The workshop is working with ease because that's what I'm all about. Working with ease automation workshop. Working with ease is my love language, and so is automation. Automation and working with ease go hand in hand, in my opinion, because automation allows you to step away. It allows you to free your mind from some of the things that you're constantly thinking about. It allows you to stop worrying about, did I? Because once you've set up your processes and set up your workflows and tested them, you already know that you did. You know that it's a consistent experience for your clients, for your team, for yourself. So get to that place. I want you to get to that place to where there's no worries about, did I? Because your system is doing that work for you. Let your systems be your best employee. Let them be an employee of the month, right? So that automation workshop is like, again, starting September 1st. You can go to coachdannid.com/automation workshop. Of course, I'm going to have the link in the show notes and you can get signed up for that workshop. I want to see you guys there because I know that this is something a lot of people have struggled with. It will be both hands-on and pre-recorded. So there's going to be some pre-recorded content because I know we are all busy, and that will give you time to take your time and pace yourself. But you'll also have 4 live coaching calls. Those will be group coaching calls where we can go through the material, go through your particular process and work everything out as we go through the stages of creating it all the way to implementing it. So that's, where we kind of are with that. That's how that is going to work. And then as a bonus, you also get one support call. So my recommendation for that support call would either be at the very beginning or the very end. It'd probably be most beneficial at the end where you can work out the kinks of your individual situation one on one with me. So that is, again, starting September 1st. Get in there, get in there, get those systems in order because not only is it going to help you, but it also elevates your client relationship to a luxury relationship. And I know a lot of people want to work with, high-end clients, corporate clients. That's the look and feel that they are looking for. They are looking for that luxury relationship and that luxury experience of things being easy. So make things easy on yourself, make things easy on your client, make things easy on your team, and get yourself some automation. Make sure you're clear on your processes and your systems. And I'm going to let you guys go and I'm going to talk to you next week. Thank you for listening to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at coachdannid.com.